on to agenda item 4. David, do you know this motion? No motion.
Okay.
Before us. So you can just move the motion
All right. I'll
and
move.
then look for a seconder. But you say, okay, can you read it?
As the board look into making John Hutton Elementary a K-2 school and Dr. B. Perley Elementary a grade 4 to 7 school for the 2013-2014 school year.
And is there a seconder for that motion? Okay, Dave, do you want to open it up, please?
Well, I was just looking at the things that we're looking to achieve at the middle school. The grouping the kids together, maybe a few less split classes, giving the teachers the opportunity to teach in pods and collaborate together better. Change the school student expectations to better suit the specific ages of the kids, and pool some of the resources more efficiently because of the age specific. And we could still do things to improve the grade 7 transition into the high school, but then with all the Grand Forks grade 7s being right across the street. The reason that I said the 2013-2014 was basically we have a change in the AO structure in both schools for next year. And if we were going to have a grade 7 school and look at doing this in the future to get those benefits, you would basically set it up with a new administrator and staff, and then you would change the staff the following year. So I think if it's something that could be looked at, whether it could even be done, I'm not sure. But instead of having a big change and then going and changing it in future year or whenever, it would be something I would look at for next year.
Anybody else want to speak?
I just don't think we have enough time. We need to consult the community, we need to consult staff and so forth. And with the spring break coming on, we have April and May virtually just to consult community and Joe Public at large. So I personally feel that I don't think there's enough time for implementing it for 13-14 year. However, for the future, we could certainly discuss that.
I'm still very interested in the idea, for all the reasons that you state. I think that it would allow us to really capture a lot of the things that we were trying to do with the middle school model. However, I also think that we're doing a lot of changes right now, and I think that that's too big of something to handle right now. But, and I think that we should look at that again, maybe as part of that strategic plan.
I agree that we can take 10%. I agree as well. It's similar to what the community do again, and it's too short a timeline.
I was going to say that as well. I think that a lot of the input that we got from the public was that there was some, some possible support for those kind of groupings, and that's what they wanted to see. More opportunities for the kids that way. But I do believe that going through this last year, it does take a lot of time to get that stuff out there. And I think it's just a little bit too quick at this point for us to go forward.
Okay. Well, I agree that I think it's pretty quick, and I just don't see how we could do the consultation in any way fulsome way. Really, we would only have a couple of weeks once we get back to spring break until we potentially have to do transfers, because that's April 15th, right? So that's 2 weeks, and there's only way, considering we get a whole year and a bit for middle school thing. Where I see value is in trying to do something for the kids, especially those kids in the transition, say from 6, 7 into the high school, and I think anything that we can do there. But I don't think configuration needs to be the way we can get to something in a quicker way. I think we can get to something faster if we just look at it from a different way and look at it from outside of it having to happen. Whatever it is has to be a bricks and mortar type change. I mean, maybe the change just needs to be a focus on the things that we do for our kids, for every single student. And I know I've talked about this before, but I think the way to affect a really positive change is that if we say we're going to have a learning plan for every single one of our kids. We already have learning plans in place for our special education students, for every single one of our Aboriginal students. I think somebody said it was over 30% of our kids already have that in place. So for us to do that for the rest of our kids and the impact that would have, I think would go a huge distance towards getting over some of the things that you're talking about. Collaboration amongst teachers, the transition, help with transitions, all of those things, because every student would have somebody working with them through every stage of their learning in a bigger way than just their classroom teacher, because classroom teachers then are connecting with the next classroom teacher that's going to get that student in a totally different way, bigger than we're already doing it. And I don't mean to say that we're not doing those things, but much bigger. Every kid is looked at every day, how they're doing in their learning plan. I think that's the direction we need to go. Whether that's something we do during our strategic plan or something that we do sooner, I could see us saying that is something that we could make a change for September 2013. Say we're going to start out, we're going to say as a board, well, we're going to have learning plan. But I think the thing that we're all in agreement on is that we want to be able to take that energy and those good thoughts we had about middle school and the positive impacts it would have, the same things that you're saying could come from having that. We all agree that that's something that we want to do. It's just how do we get at it in a way that is going to work.
Yeah, no, it looked like before I made the notice of motion, we had 2 other deals that were, are now affected in this. So it is a big thing. I didn't know when the cutoff was for transfers and stuff like that. So there's not a lot of time for public consultation. I think a lot of the groundwork and that is done for costing and seeing whether it's viable and things like that. There were some added changes after the fact.
Yeah, but it's a good conversation. Yeah. Okay, so then anything else? So so moved by Dave and seconded by Vicki that the board look into making Johnny Hutton a K-3 school in Perley grade 4 to 7 school for 2015-14 school year. All those in favor?
I'm voting for the motion.
Opposed? Motion's defeated. And thank you, Dave, for keeping that going for us. Okay.